All right, I decided to bust out my finest rub for this video as we're talking about the Nintendo Switch 2. This is chaos. This is hell. This should have been a slam dunk for Nintendo, but no, they have to why? Turning. It baffles me the decisions made. Because obviously, you know, hindsight's 2020. Yet again, you could send me back in time, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I could go up to anyone working at Nintendo. Doug Bowser, I go up to him and say, oh, you want to charge $80 for the game? Oh, 90? No, hang on. That's a misconception. Not $90. That's just in other countries. Oh my goodness! It's absurd. $80 for Mario Kart, right? And that's just, and it's so sad because that's what we're all dwelling on right now because it's a very big thing. I'm not gonna be one of those people that bounce around and say, oh, you know, video games used to be way more expensive back in the day. They were not the way they are today in this present day and age. It's so much different from in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s compared to now. It is absolutely bonkers, bruh. And now it just sucks. It sucks because Mario Kart World looks fantastic. Nintendo is one of those companies where they always succeed at making games, even if it might seem a little gimmicky at first, you know, with the mouse thing that they got going on for the Switch 2, or hell, even the nunchucks and the Wiimote Plus. But at the end of the day, they are really consistent in making good games. They have amazing IPs. Metroid Prime, nice. Ah, and the music, man, the music. But the main point I want to get across is that the price was finalized beforehand, and Doug Bowser has a reason for this. I sat down with Doug Bowser, Nintendo of America's president, the day before the tariff decision. Nintendo won't address the tariffs beyond the delay announcement, but Bowser provided some insight into the company's approach to pricing titles. This is it right here. What you see here is variable pricing, Bowser told the Washington Post. We'll look at each game, really look at the development that's gone into the game, the breadth and depth, is breadth the word? The breadth and depth of the gameplay, if you will, the durability over time, and the repeatability of gameplay experiences. Those are all factors, and there's many more that go into consideration of what is the right price point for the game. So I think that you can anticipate that there will be variable pricing, and we haven't set a benchmark. This is such an important quote right here. I guess to summarize, you know, taking his words as gospel right here, this could vary. This 100% could vary. This is pre-tariffs. This is also the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza is coming out at $70, which is considered the normal AAA, quadruple A, if you want to go Ubisoft route, price range for video games. Nintendo is jumping the gun, going $80 above for the next generation of consoles, since out of the big three, they are the next generation that is coming out first. It's just ridiculous, and it comes down to greed. Simple as that. Obviously, he's got the PR talk on deck. You know, he's got those fucking bot supervisors breathing down his neck saying, hey, listen, man, you probably shouldn't say that. I'm not hating on Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart is one of Nintendo's flagship titles. It's a racing game. It does it very well. It is fun. It is replayable with a group of friends. Solo, that's where it's always kind of suffered a little bit. But yet again, it's a racing game. You kind of, actually, Forza is pretty fun to play by yourself. But regardless, this is a Mario Kart that is stepping out of the bounds, doing open world things, massive tracks. You can kind of, there's like little intermissions and bridging, driving around to the next obstacle of the story mode. Wall kicks, new maneuvers, taking over vehicles, blah, blah, blah. This game looks great. Like I said before, Nintendo knows what they're doing when it comes to making video games. The problem is everything outside of that. And it seems like post Iwata, Reggie, like around that era, Wii U era of Nintendo, it's just lost a lot of its charm, and it's very sad to see. Great games that they got coming out, even though we got two racing games that are kind of launch titles for the Switch 2. Good games, Donkey Kong Bonanza, like I said, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. We know there's gonna be a new Smash Bros game that's gonna bring a lot of hype back to it. On top of that, we got great upgrades to the console as itself, you know, 1080p. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you could say, holy shit, Nintendo, you should have done that 10 years ago, but that's a very easy thing to say. We all know Nintendo at this point. The problem is, right off the bat, $450 for the console. Okay, I can swallow that pill. The rest of it, holy shit, I'm gonna OD on. Personally, I wish it was just marketed at most $400. I think that is the most that I would be willing to pay for a Nintendo console as of right now. However, $450, $50 more, that's where it becomes that gray area for me personally. I don't think it's egregious. It is a smidge greedy. However, I can see This being a price, especially with inflation, the economy shit, blah, 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 you know the gist. However, a $10 Switch 2 tutorial, this is ridiculous. That is gonna be the word of this video. Nah, you know what? I'll just say it. This is fucking stupid. Switch 2 tutorial game, Welcome Tour costs $10. Nintendo explains why it's not a free console pack-in. Do we not remember what this shit came with? What the Wii came with? It came with Wii Sports. This is something that Reggie pushed for. It makes no sense, god damn it. You pack the Wii with Wii Sports, a game that is arguably better looking than I would say this Switch 2 tutorial. This is a fucking mess. This looks like the Wii U home screen and then you just decided to pay $10 for it. Wii Sports Resort is a whole other game by itself, but Wii Sports, I can't keep doing, dude, I just keep seeing my cleavage open up halfway through this video. This is just greedy. It's just greed at the end of the day. I think that's the main point to get across. You don't really need me to say it, a man in the fucking Pokemon robe. It's just greedy. Actually, I think it's fitting that I'm wearing a Pokemon robe. God damn you, Game Freak. And it's Bill. It's Bill saying this too. If you've been dedicated for Nintendo for a long time, we like Bill. He's a chill dude. For some people, I think there are people who are particularly interested in the tech and the specs of the system and things like that. For them, I think it's going to be a great product. It's really for people that want more information about the system rather than necessarily a quick intro to everything it does. This should come with the console. Look at me right now. Do not buy this day one. I'll say it right now. I'm gonna stand on this hill. This is a hill I will die on. I'm not buying this until they reduce the prices. I know, poor Nintendo, they're not gonna get my money. What are they gonna do? But at the same time, I would be a hypocrite if I ended up buying this console and the games and then still complaining about the prices when I'm not a part of the change for it. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm gonna look down upon anyone. I'm not putting myself on a higher pedestal. I just think this isn't worth it. We speak with our wallets, simple enough. There have been so many games in the past. We can bring up Halo again for an example. Halo 3, Halo Reach. Halo Reach is such a content-filled game. Campaign, firefight, forge, multiplayer, custom games, theater mode. There is so much content packed in Halo Reach still to this day that I think it is the most replayable Halo game of all time. Gameplay wise, the different video. It's a great game. It is completely filled to the brim with content, a billion different armors you can unlock. And it looks like Mario Kart has the same thing. There's a lot of different costumes, car parts, stages, maps, whatever it may be. However, that does not justify an $80 price increase. This just means Nintendo is catching up to the modern world. That's what this means. Nintendo should be the last company. And this isn't me dunking on their games. I'm just saying graphically, content-wise, usually Nintendo games aren't as big as, let's say, Skyrim or something. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing out a random example, but this is just me and my flustered state of mind that I want to be excited for these games. They look great. People don't want to pay $70, $80 for a game that they could have got on the Switch because there's graphical improvements, because it can go to 120 frames per second. No, people are not going to pay full price for that. People should not pay full price for that. Now, I'm not saying everything should be free. Obviously, a company's got to make money, and I want to buy, and I want to have fun playing games, and they want to make fun games that I want to buy. There's clearly synergy here, right? There's something going on. There's a symbiosis. But no, $80, that's them fucking me. Bring us back to the Wii days. At least in terms of having your company flutter with personality. This sucks. This just sucks, because I want to play these games. But I'll say right now, I'll die on this hill, like I said, not gonna buy them. Until they lower the prices, not even gonna probably touch on the subject again. Unless this video does good, then of course I'm gonna be a whore and I want more views. It sucks. That's it. Fine line, it just sucks. Now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go do something.
Please don't.
I can't believe you, Mario. $80 for a game?
They need it. The people need it. They'll pay whatever. Don't. It's not me.
Why would you do this?
We're gonna. They need us, and you'll make money too. You're gonna get paid. You want this? This could be yours. You just have to get on. These fat fucks will buy anything.